Hi, it's Carrie. Take 3. Oh my gosh, what a day, right? So I started the first one just as a reminder of the starter kit special where you get $207 for $99. I'm going to talk more about this later in a post, but let's get going. What I started to say, and I did delete the previous videos because they kept getting, but if you were on and you saw, my daughter's okay. My husband's driving her back to her place, so we're good. Okay, so this was the make and take that we did at Megameet. Thank you, everybody who stopped by. A shout out to Kay Marcinko. Thank you. I was so excited. I loved that she drove up from, I believe, Tennessee. So, hello, Kay. I'm sure you're going to watch this at some point. All right, so this was the make and take. It was this cute little tiny note card, but it went with the Megameet scrapbooking special. So you see it could pop up here. You could either use it just as an embellishment or you could leave it so it opened and you put your journaling inside. So that's what was going on there. All right, so one of the things that I talked about at Megameet was my stamp of the month, which is going to be the Country Birdhouse. Oh, somebody popped on. Yay. I didn't see anybody the last time, so say hello. My tablet is not allowing me to see comments. At least it wasn't. Now that I see somebody, who knows? Maybe it'll let me pop on, but I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the special. It is for, well, maybe. Hold on. Trying to do too many things at once, you guys. Let me see if I'm here now. Nope. It's like I keep refreshing it and it doesn't care and it's not letting me see me on video. Very weird. All right. So anyway, we're going to be using this set again today, but I did want to talk about my stamp of the month. This is where for $35 you get the stamp set and everything you need to make these 4 cards. Like that, okay, for $35. If I need to mail it to you, you have to tack on like another $10 to put it in a priority envelope. But if you want the big special, it's $50, and you get everything I just said, stamp set, all of these, plus the dies, which is a pretty good deal because the bundle is $46.75, and if you added on the 11% shipping and the 6% tax that I would be paying from Stampin' Up, that's over $50. So again, if I'm shipping, add $10 for shipping, so it would be $60. But this class meets in person on the first Saturday in June, June 1st. There will also be a virtual, hold on, I've grabbed my calendar so I would remember. The virtual is at 6 p.m. on the 12th of June. So you'll be able to watch it and understand how to make all of the cards. Plus you're going to get pre-printed directions for these. So let me know by Monday the 20th. So that's just barely a week, not even a week away. So sorry, I dropped something. Although I bought this really cool thing while I was at Megameet for my table. I just haven't had time to put it up yet. So anyway, that is my stamp of the month, and it will be different every month. Please let me know if you have questions. I think it's an awesome deal. And like I said, I'm in Farmington Hills, Michigan. So if you want to come to classes, I also have my card class, 4 cards, make 2 of each for $35. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And that's always on the 3rd Saturday, which is this Saturday. Okay. So now we can play. I'm going to pop up and see. No comments yet. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I have the card base right here. This is Pretty in Pink. So I'm going to just, it's 8.5 by 5.5. Typical American version. Because I know I have some people watching from other states. Now with Pretty in Pink, it's pretty light. I would put a piece of basic white on the inside for writing, but it's light enough that if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Then I already pre-embossed this because it used my bigger my bigger Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is now online. This is the painted texture. And I wanted kind of a sky look. Now, it's like painted texture, so it's not necessarily a sky look, but I wanted some kind of texture that kind of mimicked a sky. So that's going to go on the front with my awesome, it's from the back of, this paper is also online. So I'll look it up, the name of it, in just a minute for you. I love this paper. It's so, so pretty. It's not the same paper that I did those 12 by 12 pages that I just showed you. It's not the same. It is called, hold on, Delightful Floral. It's been around for a bit, so I love it. It's so pretty. Okay. All right. So there we go. We have the card base ready to go. I'm going to set that aside. Now I have a piece of basic white cardstock. I'm going to be using Memento ink for almost everything. Now I'm using the big Birdhouse, and what I find when you're using a big stamp like this, it's easier to take the ink pad and do this, especially with this little Memento pad, and ink it up. Now it is photopolymer, so you notice I do have my foam mat underneath, and I am going to stamp this onto the basic white, like so. There we go. Then I am going to go ahead and open this like normal. I'm going to want a bird. Let me move that, sorry. Oh, I should close it, right? That would help. So I'm going to put the bird over here because I know I'm going to be cutting that out also. Then I am going to stamp some flowers onto the Birdhouse. This is very similar, this part, what I'm doing with the Birdhouse, to what we did at the Make and Take. You did all of this, whoops, you did all of this stamping. I'm going to be using, like I said, the blends markers. We at the event used the watercolor pencils, so it's a little bit different. Okay, so grab that. I also have the little circle that we're going to put on and some basic rhinestones. All right, so now we have our pieces stamped that we're going to want to use. I am going to want a sentiment, so let me get that stamped. This is also from the same stamp set. It says, "Hello, friend." So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. So I had a pretty big piece of scrap for me to decide how I'm going to cut that out. I don't know. We'll see. It's always an adventure, right? That's the thing. You know, this is tiny tip. And so my tip would be, don't freak out. Just play. If it doesn't work out, it's paper, right? Just throw it out and start over or flip it over. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the Birdhouse. Now, when we painted with our pencils, we used Balmy Blue. But because of this designer series paper here, this is more of a pool party. So I wanted it to match a little bit better. So instead of Balmy Blue, I am using, or that is pool party. Hold on. Let me see. This is pool party. Anyway, we use Balmy Blue. So I'm going to take the brush end. It comes with a brush end, comes with a pointy end, and look at how nice that point is. I'm hoping you guys can see that. I hate not having my tablet working. I'm going to go on Amazon today and look at how much I need to do for a booster. I have AT&T for my internet, and they sent an email saying, you know, that booster you paid a lot of money for about 1.5 years ago, if you have a power outage, it may not work because we're upgrading. Like, really? Oh, it's so irritating. So anyway, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to color in the roof line like so. And notice that I was using the side of the pen. I wasn't going straight down, because when you go straight down, you start to bend the tip, and that's not good. You want to try to preserve your tips. Don't say that fast, because that would not, I'm not even going to go there. Sorry, shouldn't even have said anything. Now I'm going to use Pool Party ink. We also used Balmy Blue ink at the Make and Take this weekend, but I'm going to use Pool Party. I need to stand up so I can see what I'm doing. This little, I don't know what to call it. I go like, it's these. I don't know what to call it. They're kind of like flowers, but they are going to go up there. Now you will notice there isn't one right there. So you have to decide what you're going to do with it. With the pencils, a lot of the girls went ahead and penciled it in. I'm going to make an attempt. So I'm going to practice over here and see what I can do to make it kind of match. So it kind of does. It's enough to fool the eye, I think, I hope. Now I'm going to take Pretty and, nope, this is Pool Party. I'm going to use the dark Pool Party. And I'm going to do the same thing. We used, I forget what color pink we used in the watercolor pencils. Now, when you guys go to look at the new catalog, you're going to see the watercolor pencils don't tell you what colors are in them. So reach out to me, message me, email me, whatever. My email, again, MemoryINKers@gmail.com, shopping, MemoryINKers.com. Hostess code for May 2024, 4, N as in Nancy, K as in Carrie, 2, G as in George, R as in Robert, R as in Robert, 6. Okay. All right. So now I've got the roof line done. So I am going to paint some of the flowers. I'm going to start with the light pink. And again, I am using the brush tip. And I am coloring them in completely. I think I'll make this little flower pink as well. And this base. Now I could have taken a brown and made it, because that's kind of what we did on the with the watercolor markers. And I see how I made it kind of like it's not clean. It's not a really clean thing. But I'm gonna do something with that. So now I'm taking the darker Bubble Bath, and I'm gonna use the pointy end this time to just add some shading into my pink flowers, just a little bit, to give them just a little bit more dimension. I probably should zoom in, but honestly, without my tablet working, I'm afraid that that would be a problem. So I will lift this all up when I am done. And by a problem, I mean I forget that I've zoomed in, and like I'm talking about stuff over here and you're seeing this. So that's why I haven't. Okay, so now I am going to take the light Pool Party. Oops, wrong end. And I am going to go ahead and color this flower all the way in, and this one as well. So that's very light, right? So that's why you take the darker of the Pool Party and you do the same thing we did before. I am going to actually do these back ones very dark. Not very dark, but you know what I mean. I'm filling them in with the darker color. I could have used the brush end for this, but I know I'm going to want to add a little bit to this part of the flower just to kind of give it some dimension, like so. And then this one, I'm going to make the whole thing dark. And this is very relaxing. That was the thing I was hearing a lot at Megameet. The Megameeters were loving using the watercolor pencils. I haven't done that online in a while, so I'll have to do that. I'm trying to see where I'm at. Okay, so I'm going back with the light and I'm blending in where I just added that little bit there. So it kind of gives it a little bit more of an oomph. Then I have the Granny Apple Green. I'm going to use the light one to fill in these leaves and this stem. because I thought this would be a fun color with this one. And even these little thingies. So now we've got some green. Then I grabbed the crumb cake, and this is the bird perch right here. I'm going to color it in. I'm avoiding where the flower went over that. I'm going to color that in as dark as I can. That's like the little bird perch. Now, there's two ways we can go about adding some wood. There is a stamp right there. You guys can see that. That kind of gives you the wood grain. But someone did this with pencil, and I just thought it was really brilliant to add kind of a birch look. So I'm using the pointy end of the light crumb cake, and I'm just making some lines that kind of make it look like, I'm not very good at like faking it, but kind of makes it look like a birch tree house, right? It should probably be longer. Okay. Now with the base here, we're assuming that that is wood also. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw some darker lines in there to try and give it some character. Okay, it's barely noticeable. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it at all, but it's barely noticeable. Then right there, I'm going to take that circle and I'm going to add a little glue to the center right here. I'm going to add some gems, but not until after we cut this out. So when we made the card, even though this card, you could use the dies to cut out both pieces. It would work because this is on the regular basic white. It's not the thick. But I didn't do that at Megameet because I have no doubt that my die would be destroyed because we did hundreds of make and takes. So everybody cut them out by hand, which is pretty easy to do. So now I'm also going to cut out the bird because there is the birdhouse, there is the bird. There's all kinds of fun things on this. So I'm gonna color the bird, and I'm gonna start with the light balmy blue, and I'm just gonna cover the whole bird with it. I'm not getting fancy. I'm avoiding the beak, obviously, because that's going to be a yellow. Then I'm going to use the dark to give, oops, wrong end. I'm definitely using the brush end on this all the time, you guys. Okay, and I'm just adding it in places. There's another step that I will be doing, but I just kind of like to have some kind of a base of my coloring going. Now I'm taking, this is a new in color. This is Summer Splash. This is the light one. And I am looking at my sample. I'm starting at the top. I'm working my way down. I'm not worrying too much about this edge because when it cuts out, it's going to, it'll cover the white. You know what I mean? I'm going to put a little bit here. A little down here for just a little bit of shading. And then, here we go. Shocker. I am taking my bubble bath marker again, and I am going to add back in some pink to our little bird. I'm going to give him a little bit of pink in here. Just a smidgen, not a lot. Just a little bit. There we go, just to make him a little more fun. And then I grabbed some lemon lolly. This is the dark lemon lolly. And I'm going to do his beak. And then I think I'll do his feet. I'm going to do his feet in the lemon lolly too. Why not, right? Okay, so now this was a question I was asked. Will the dies go through the mini cut and emboss? Yes, but I need to trim this because there's only so much room for paper, right? So I want to make sure it fits. And then Don't need all that for the bird. So, we're going to take our awesome mini cut and emboss machine. Move that out of the way. Mine is well loved. And set that on there. And I measured this. I have my big one handy just in case I was completely wrong, but okay, it does. It's going to fit, and it's going to go through the mini cut and emboss machine like so. I'm going to do the bird separately. You probably don't have to, but you know. I love that squeak. It even squeaks like a bird when you're doing it. But look at how nice that cuts out. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Now I'm going to do the little bird. Where are you, little bird? Okay. Do you guys do this? I tend to put my stuff at the top like this so that maybe I can run it through like that and not have to run it through all the way. I do that. Okay, I probably should have something on here to keep this from getting messed up, but I'm going to be brave. Being brave, even though I'm doing this live, and you all know how I feel about mistakes on live videos. They're kind of like normal. It looks like it all turned out, so let me move that. All right. So, oh, and it cut pretty good. So now I have my birdhouse and my little bird, and I've colored everything, and I have my card front. So we're going to start by putting the little birdhouse on here. I am going to take my crumb cake, my light crumb cake, and I am going to go around the edges of this. I could have done it before I cut it out, but I didn't. This just kind of will help it stand out. It's a little easier to do before you cut it out, just so you know. But it's going to kind of give it a little bit of a shadow. Now it's hard for me to see what I've done and what I haven't. So, talk amongst yourselves. How many of you went to Megameet and stopped by my booth and didn't tell me you were a viewer? A lot of you guys do. A lot of you told me that you watch my Tuesday videos, but some of you didn't know that I also do videos on Saturday. They're usually not live, although sometimes they are. When they're live on Saturday, it's because I didn't get a chance to get them taped. That's just the truth. All right, so I am trying to get an edge on here where I cut it really close to the top. So there we go. So see, now it's going to stand out a little bit better off of the matching paper. I'm also going to be using dimensionals. Hey, I see Travis is watching. Hi, Travis. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on here for this cute, cute thing. Love it. I love this set. And I've told you guys a million times, I am not a bird person. So what the heck is going on here with me liking bird sets all of a sudden? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Look, what's in my hand? It's my Take Your Pick tool. Yay! Let's everybody give a shout out. Carrie remembered her Take Your Pick tool. It's always on the table behind me. But you guys see, I'm like really aggressive. Okay. I like put holes in stuff when I'm taking them off. It's terrible. Okay, got that one. Okay, so now I'm going to set that up here, like so. And I am going to dimensional my little bird also, who is going to be sitting on that little perch. Right there. You know what I'm going to do to make him look more like he is? I'm going to trim this down. You don't have to, but I'm like weird about that stuff. So now his feet are actually right on it. There you go. And he's a little on the crooked side. I did that on purpose. Don't anybody like start going, Carrie, he's crooked. I know. I wanted him crooked. All right. So now we also use the gems at Megameet. I only had the one size for you guys, but for this one, I'm going to use the big, the medium, and the small. So using my take your pick tool, and that one got stuck. Come on, pick up. This is a new one, and it's like the adhesive wants to fight me. So there's that one, and then a medium size one on that flower, then a tiny one on this flower. Now, I did say I didn't know what I was going to do with this little guy, right? I still don't know. But I do know that he's going to need a little color. So, as soon as I figure out what I'm looking at my punches. There's nothing I want to punch him out with. So, you know what? You guys know I can't cut straight. But we're going to pretend that I can. And I'm going to just cut it out. Remember, little mistakes, just let your friends know that it's homemade. And perfection is so overrated, as you guys know. That is my honest opinion. So now it's a little plain, so I am going to take the dark bubble bath, and I am going to just outline it. I could have grabbed some bubble bath cardstock and layered it that way, but I didn't, and so this is handy. So there we go. Now it looks layered when it isn't, right? And my dimensionals again. So this is just a simple little card that you could make with this awesome country birdhouse bundle. I totally love it. Again, it is my stamp of the month. I do need to have all orders placed by Monday. Let me show you again. Maybe I'll show you again what you get. Hold on. There it is. Okay, so for, oh, here's the card. I should hold it up for you guys. There is the finished card. I hope you guys like it. I think it came out pretty well. I like it. It's very happy. So for $35, you're going to get the Country Birdhouse stamp set and everything you need to make the 4 cards that I showed you before. This one's probably my favorite. It's so fancy and so layered. And this one is a fun fold. So that's for $35. If you want the stamp set and the dies, it's $50. Now that's a really good deal, because if you were to buy it on my website, you're going to pay $46.75 plus tax and shipping, which is going to go over $50. And you don't get all this. Plus, you're also going to get all 4 of the cards with in full color directions, step-by-step directions, so that you can make as many as you want. And if I'm shipping this to you, you need to add $10 for either one, the $35 or the $50 bundle set for Stamp of the Month. The first, the live class is here in my home in Farmington Hills on the first Saturday, which is June 1st. There will be a virtual on, I said it before, but, you know, I didn't remember. On June 12th, that's a Wednesday at 6 p.m. It will be taped, so if you can't be there, don't worry, you're going to have a secret code to get to it. And again, I do need to know, they all have to be ordered and paid for by next Monday. So let me know. Again, today, here is this class. These are the Stamp of the Month cards. And then there was the fun little make and take that you guys at Megameet got a chance to play with. So anyway, it was fun chatting with you. I hope that you will come back again. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye.